Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come and you are about to learn Profit Trailer. What's up, everybody? This is the Crypto Crow. Another faceless video because I'm doing this on my laptop. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to, in my Discord and my Telegram, all over the place, I'm getting requests. Can I make money on this budget? How do I change the settings on this budget? I've got $300. I've got $1,000. I've got $5,000. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? So I'm going to go over the settings and I'm going to, kind of explain to you guys how to, like if I had any particular budget, how I would go about setting up this bot. Okay. Now I get asked a lot of times, Crow, hey, how often do you change your settings? How often do you do this? Because I've only added a couple sets of settings to Discord so far. I've added a really aggressive version, and I've added a very conservative version. So the idea being, I want you all to learn how to better use the software yourself. I don't want you all just buying the software, throwing somebody's settings in there, and then waiting to make a buck. Because, if you don't really learn how to change things at the appropriate times, then it's likely that you're not going to do very well long term, because the market changes, things change, the price of Bitcoin fluctuates rapidly, and so you want to know what you should be doing at any given time, and so I figure let's do a big video. Let's do something that really blows out. Like what settings do we really want to change and look at based on the different budgets? So that's what we're going to do. All right, so the first thing you've done is download Profit Trailer, obviously. So you've already bought it, hopefully for my affiliate link, because that helps me increase my Profit Trailer budget, and I greatly appreciate it because I use that to experiment with to teach you guys better things. So, and as a matter of fact, I am officially verified with the BAT token. So if you're watching my videos using the Brave browser, which is actually pretty slick, I actually get credit for that. So that's actually pretty cool. Thank you for the tip in my Discord about telling me I should do that, because that was pretty neat. All right. So here we go. I'm going to start off by saying, you spent the Bitcoin on getting Profit Trailer, and you got a few $100, all right, and you're just kind of clueless. You're like, I don't know. All right, so I got this software. I got a few $100 worth of Bitcoin in there. What do I do? Now, a few $100 worth of Bitcoin is actually not that much. So I'm going to pull up Chrome, which, okay, I've got Chrome open actually, and I'm using this OBS, so it's a little confusing sometimes. So I'm going to go in here to the CoinGecko price charts. Now this is showing Bitcoin at 18,000, but my bot's showing it at 17,650. So it's only 17,650, I guess, on Bittrex right now. I am in sell only mode because of the spike. So yeah. All right. So let's add $300. That is basically 0.0166. And then a million other numbers after that. So this is what you're looking at. So if you've got this in the bot, that's what you're looking at. So we're going to base this off a $300 budget. All right. Now, let's see. So we're going to go and we're going to close this. We're going to open up Dreamweaver, and we're going to look at these settings here. All right. So the first thing is pairs. All right, so I'm looking at pairs and I'm thinking, okay, so obviously with this being our budget, all right, this all max buy cost is not going to, it's not going to get us super far. So what I would do is I would set that to a 0.005 and at the least. So at a 0.005, hold on a second. Now, granted, the lower the lower. Wow, I'm a stuttering fool. The lower the budget you have, the longer it's going to take to generate decent returns. Okay, so this is going to be a cumulative effect as you slowly improve your Bitcoin position over time. So the less pairs you're able to do, the less trades you're able to make, and the less DCA you're able to utilize, the longer it's going to take you. So over time, it's going to get easier and easier, and your trades will grow and grow and grow, starting from a small budget. But yes, it is absolutely possible. So at a 0.0166 divided by 0.005, you're looking at 3.32. All right, so you're basically only going to be able to do about 3 trades at a time, and that's with no DCA settings. All right, so if I were doing what you're doing, I would limit this to 3. So you got three trades. All right, and now starting out, I've got all this in here. I don't really need this because this isn't really how. That's more just in case I want to turn something off. And then I've got others in here as well. True, that goes without saying. False, false, false. Sell only mode. True, true, true. So a lot of these are things that basically I wanted to get rid of. I just wanted to sell them at the time, and I didn't want to buy any more of it. And so that's what these are. So if you look in here, BTC hyphen VIB underscore sell underscore only underscore mode equals true. This is basically how, let's say if you go in and you get an obvious pump and dump, right? And you're like, oh shit, another one got me. Well, then you can just basically hard set that into your pairs as just a hard sell only mode. You're never going to buy it again until you change that. All right. So, some of these pump and dumps, from what I've been seeing, I feel like a lot of these coins, even the pump and dumps, kind of work in cycles. So, some of them are a little longer than others, but ultimately everything gets pumped and dumped, at some point multiple times. So even if you get caught in a P&B bag, that's okay. It's likely going to get rid of itself later. It's just a question of how much budget do you have, and how difficult is it to get rid of. So because the smaller the budget, if you can only do 3 trades at a time, if 1 or 2 of those is caught in a pump and dump that you can't get rid of for 2 weeks, well, you're really screwed. Okay, so in this case, what you might want to do is say all trading enabled, false. No, you don't want to do all trading enabled, because you want to limit to the coins that are not necessarily going to be pumped and dumped. All right, and so I'm going to get rid of that now. So you've got your max trading pairs 3, all enabled pairs equals all. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to say, and now this is where you want to do a little research, honestly, but what are some coins that we know are on the rise that are doing well? Litecoin is one, so that's it. So I can trade in Litecoin. Ethereum, that seems to be a fairly volatile coin right now. Just because you only have $300 doesn't mean you can't buy into Ethereum and then sell it and flip it at a profit. So we're going to go BTC.ETH, and I'm doing this. I'm picking these coins because it doesn't matter if you have bags long term. It doesn't matter if you have a bag that lasts a week or 2. When it sells, that's okay. You're going to make money. And if the bag, in other words, these aren't pump and dump coins, so it's okay if you've got a bag with them. All right. You're likely always going to end up with a bag of some sort for some period of time. That's all right. Your third coin, let's say, let's take a look. Excuse me. Let's find something here. It's like real early in the morning for me, so let's see what another pretty decent volatile coin is here. Ripple's been doing really well. Let's just do Ripple because it's cheap. So you could even just trade Ripple. There's some fluctuating going on. That's pretty cool. IOTA, Cardano, which, if you know me by now, if you're following my videos, I'm all about Cardano. I basically just bought into this at 13 cents. I bought 15,000 of them, and it's up to 22 cents right now. I honestly want to see this at $100 in 2018. I'm not kidding. I mean, look at Ripple. Ripple's 81 cents. It's been stagnant at like 25, 30 cents forever. And then boom, all this stuff starts kicking off in crypto, bringing in all these new people. And I'm telling you, Cardano, as it reaches, let's just say Cardano, ADA. Screw it. You need to be trading Cardano, dudes and gals. BTC, ADA. All right, there you go. So there you go. So this is telling the system, no, I don't want to trade any available coin. I only want to trade these available pairs, these enabled pairs, Litecoin, Ethereum, and ADA. All right. Now, remember, if you decide, hey, you know what, I got 20 grand, I'm going to throw in my bot, you just wipe this, set this to all, change that to true, you're golden. All right. Now, what I just did, just so you understand, and this might be a little bit of a long video, might be shorter than I expected, but I want to make sure everybody gets it. This here is your all max cost. So when your bot makes a buy, it's going to buy, if there's 0.005 BTC of Litecoin available at the price it's seeing that matches your purchase criteria based off of your EMA spread and your indicators, it will buy 0.005. It's not likely going to buy less than 0.005. So that's what that's about. All right. So you don't want to, you don't want this to be too high. Now, if you just want to swing trade any particular coin and you want to go all in, you can increase that to whatever your max budget is, which in this case was 0.10 something, right? So, so that is the basic. That's the very basic. All right. Now, moving further, let's say you had a bigger budget. Okay, you know what? Let's just stay on the $300 for a second. All right, so all this other stuff is fine. All this other stuff, except DCA. You might, because you're not using it, you could set it at 100, right? So if any coin gets to negative 100%, it'll go into the DCA. So you're not really using that. And I know you could turn this off in other ways. That's fine. So all sell only mode. This is set for false. If you need to change that, you can set it to true. If Bitcoin spikes by 6% or drops by 6%, this will go into sell only mode now by changing that to a 6. All right. I had it set high because I never wanted it to shut off. But I've been learning that I accumulate more bags when Bitcoin spikes, and it takes me longer to get rid of, so it's easier to just have it shut down and go into sell-only mode immediately. And then if it corrects to like 7%, then it should come back on. Okay? That's what those two settings are there. All consecutive buy and sell trigger. This is basically saying, okay, I only want to buy this once. But right now I have it set at 0 because I want it to keep buying. So if it's trade worthy, I want the bot to keep buying it. So, it'll buy a pair, or it'll buy a set of coins, it'll sell them, buy it again, sell them, buy it again, sell them. I don't want there to be a limit to that. There's no reason to. All pending order wait time, all that. I don't have any of that. I don't even use that stuff. All right. So that's your pairs. Now you're looking at some of this stuff, sell only true. These are coins that are either pump and dump that I found are really difficult to get rid of, like this PKB. I still have a bag sitting on this at like 40-something%. But I'm just riding it out. It's whatever. So, and then you got Bitcoin Gold, which I don't really see that going anywhere either, but we'll see. And then these are, trading enabled. No, I turned these off. I don't want Dogecoin. I don't want Sinks. Basically what I did now, EMC, on my live bot, I did turn this back on because I didn't know a whole lot about it when I turned it on. So, and here's what I'll do. And this is something that I want to show you guys. So basically, if I go to my bot, All right, let me make sure you guys can see this. All right, let's turn off Dreamweaver, turn on my. All right, so this is my bot right now. Um, so this is what I did yesterday. I just wiped this and reset everything the other day. So like this is what it's doing so far today, 298 bucks. I mean, I've got a full Bitcoin still sitting in there. It's not doing anything yet because I had a bunch of bags last night and then I manually turned on sell only mode and then this morning I turned it off, but it's still, you can see the Bitcoin price at 9.4% increase. So this still set in a sell only mode. So it's still working on dumping bags for me. What was I going to do here? I can't remember now. Oh, that's right. So let's say a coin goes into my DCA bag. And I'm like, okay, I want to find out what the scoop is with this coin. So then I'll click here and it'll open up Bittrex. So new bits. I don't know a whole hell of a lot about new bits. So I look at the chart and I say, oh, okay. Then I go back down here. So this was 1213. So this is basically when I bought this shit coin. This is a hard pump and dump, right? So like, how long will it be until it gets pumped again? Well, looking at the history, I have no idea. So that's a 30-minute chart. Let's look at a 1 month. Oh my gosh. All right, let's. So it basically started all the way up here, and it's just taking a huge shit. So that is a pump and dump coin that I definitely don't want in my system anymore. So NBT, I'm going to go into my actual log here, and I'm going to manually change that. So my pairs properties, I'm going to go in here, I'm going to say BTC, NBT, here, I'll just copy this, it's a lot easier. NBT, we're home even when you're not. Alright, sell only mode is true, and I'm going to save that, and I'm never going to buy that piece of shit coin again. And, you know, I might sit on it for a while until it pumps again, and then hopefully the bot will get rid of it. Looks like I haven't bought that much, but I want to make sure I don't buy any more. If I were smart right now, I'd probably... Actually, you know what? I don't think that is when I bought it. I just bought that today. So I just bought that today. So you know what? There's a chance I'll get rid of that pretty quickly. All it has to do is just go up a tiny bit. So we're good on that. But that's how I basically go through and I look at coins that I don't want. So and I'll go through and sometimes I'll go into the Bittrex markets, right? This is the BTC market. And I'll just say all. So these are all the coins that Bittrex, all the Bitcoin pairs in Bittrex. All right, you guys gonna learn today. If you're not familiar with this stuff, you're gonna learn today. So this looks like a total bloodbath right now, just because Bitcoin spikes. Anytime Bitcoin seems to spike like 6-7%, everything else takes a shit. So, but what you can do is you can go through here, and this is something that I started doing, but I got so busy I've not done it yet. Someday I'm going to create a master list. But you can go into all these coins and look and see whether or not they're on a downtrend, whether or not you want to trade them at all, right? Power's not really on a downtrend. Power, I mean, it was up here, came down. You know, this is a new coin. It's making all kinds of moves. I actually like this coin a lot. I invest in Power, a Power Ledger. So, you know, this is fine. This is volatility right here. This is basically a coin that came out from the ICO, took a shit, which they always do because everybody dumps their coins right off the bat. Then they buy back in, which sends the price back up, and then it starts to stabilize and it starts to do its thing. That is okay to me. All right. So that's what I look for, folks. When I'm going into my coins, and I'm looking at, all right, what's my bot trading? What's it doing? What bags did it just buy? What's it accumulating in the DCA log? That's what I look for. And then I want to create a manual trade list. So this is how you create your manual trade list. So let's say I didn't want the bot to trade anything but the coins that I manually put in there. This is how you do it right here. I have settings in the Discord right now with like a bunch of coins. It fills up all this space. All right, because that's what. But now, because it's not a complete set of all the coins that I feel are worth trading, it slows my, like, I've got a big budget in there. I've got a couple Bitcoin in there because I have people who actually invest in the bot. They want to run it, but they don't want to buy the bot. They don't want to run a VPS server. They don't know anything about any of that. So they just say, hey, Crow, here's some money. I'm putting it in your bot. They deposit it in my Bittrex account, and I just keep track of it, and then and that's it. And so I manage everything for them, and then they just give me, like, a percentage basically. So that's kind of what I've been doing. And so I'm trying to get this master pair, but I've got a pretty sizable budget. And when I did that initially, it sent my number of trades per day really down. And that's, while that's much safer, I can wait out some bags. That's okay. So that's why I'm not using this currently. I want to make sure I get every coin in there, and then when new ones are added, I'll add them. All right. Sorry, I'm still waking up. My wife drank all the damn coffee and left me with nothing. She's like, you can go to BP and get coffee. I'm like, thanks a lot, because that's the first thing I want to do when I wake up in the winter. All right. So anyway, rant off. So this here is your DCA setting. So let's say, well, on a small budget, you're not really going to be using DCA, all right, because you just don't have it. So how does DCA work? Well, in a nutshell, it works kind of the same way as this, but in terms of when it's selling and when it looks for profit to sell. But let's just say we had DCA on, because typically I run DCA, so anything that hits negative 4% goes into the DCA and it starts doubling down. These are not my current DCA settings, by the way. Let me make sure that you're seeing this. Oh, you're not even seeing that. You know what? I really hate OBS. Can I just say that? This is such crap. There. All right. Sorry about that. I feel like I need to just keep this in a side window so I can see what I'm clicking to. All right. So this is DCA, and okay. So I can't. Yeah. Well, it's the same size, so it doesn't matter. All right. Okay. So if you're using the DCA, basically what happens is, if the coin you're buying, so based off of the settings I showed you before, whether it's negative 4% or negative 100%, if you're using those settings, what's going to happen is when your coin hits negative 4%, it's going to go to the DCA bag. From there, it will buy again when it hits the first tier. So in this case, like, again, this is not my setting, but let's say if it goes into DCA at 4%, if it hits 6.4%, it's going to buy a whole nother order of that coin. All right. And then if it goes to, 12%, it'll buy again. And if it goes to 25%, because it's like a huge pump or whatever's going on, then it'll buy again. So this will be 4 orders of 0.005 Bitcoin that we're buying for one coin. But what happens is, as the value of the coin goes down, this is basically averaging down. So let's say I bought one coin at $1, right? But then the value of it dropped to 50 cents. And then I buy another coin at 50 cents. Well, now my average price is basically $1.50 instead of, like 75 cents instead of $1. So what that does is the price of the coin doesn't have to go up as much as it would have before I DCA'd. So this is a key. This is something that I don't think anybody really understands about DCA that's new to this, okay? people look at the DCA thing and they think, oh my God, I'm losing all this money. You're not losing any money, folks. You're not losing money until you manually sell that coin. If I have a 4 or 5 tier DCA and I've bought all of that, right? And I've doubled down 5, 6 times between a -4% and -60% valuation, or value, then I've averaged down so much that it shouldn't be that difficult to sell that coin, because all it has to do is go up a little bit. And maybe the coin goes down to -60%, but I've been doubling down the whole time. Well, at that point, it might only have to go back up 10% before it'll sell at a profit. It's the average profit of the entire buy, not the profit based off of the first purchase. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I wanted to do this live. I wanted to get my subscribers up to 1,000 so that I could start doing some live videos with the chat and all that. Apparently they want you to be semi-popular before they allow you to do that, from what I was seeing in the settings anyway. I wanted to do this whole thing live so that people can ask questions and things at the same time. But you guys should know by now on my videos, like just about everything that's commented on or questions that are asked, I'm pretty good about following up and answering those. So, all right. And then as far as the sell settings, I mean, this is pretty much it. I won't go too much into that because you're really not going to need to change that much. Other settings, ignore sell only mode. And the minimum buy balances, I think I can get rid of this one since it's the same thing. But that just means that no matter how many coins you have or how many tiers you have, your bot will never spend more than up to 0.25 of your budget. So basically, if I have 0.50 Bitcoin in my total budget, DCA settings will only spend half of that. And it won't buy any more once your max budget reaches this point. Okay. And then ignore sell only mode. I have this set to false because even if my bot's in sell only mode, but I'm trying to DCA some coins and I want to double down and I want to average down, I still want that to be effective. I still want that to happen. And the thing of it is, I'm pretty sure if Bitcoin is worth more and the coin is going down, I'm going to be able to buy more of that coin cheaper. And so when the price comes back and stabilizes, it should help me get rid of that bag quicker. Alrighty. Indicator settings. I only use EMA spread. Even when I turned $900 into a couple grand when I was swing trading Bitcoin Cash during the big attempt to take out Bitcoin, I used the EMA spread, and this is exactly what I used to dictate what I was doing. And I would bounce between a 1 minute to a 15-minute indicator, and this is set on a 5-minute indicator because you want you in and out, you want it to be fast. And so these are the settings, 13 and 34 for those indicators, and that it's been treating me well, folks. So this isn't going to change no matter what budget you've got. Your DCA settings will change based on the budget, because if you've got a huge budget, you might want to set a 6-tier buy. So you copy this, throw it down here, change the 3 to a 4, 4 to a 5, 5 to a 6. Increase the negative percentage value that's going to dictate where you want to buy, and you're set. So the bigger your budget, the more you're probably going to want to double down because it's going to help you get out of bags faster. All right? I don't know how long we are so far. Wow, this has been 30 minutes already. Okay, let me take a quick guzzle. All right, so that's it. So, I mean, honestly, I think this should explain pretty much everything in a nutshell here. So you're going to take your max budget, divide that max budget by the all max cost. That's going to basically give you the number of trading pairs that you should comfortably be able to trade at any given time without DCA settings, right? Now, let's say I've got 0.1 Bitcoin. Well, then I would divide that 0.1 Bitcoin by 2, then divide that by the number uh, I'm sorry, divide that by my minimum buyback, or Jesus. Okay, I'm looking at this. I'm confusing myself. There's just too many zeros and numbers in the same place. If I have 0.1 Bitcoin, then I'll divide that by divide that by 2, all right, and then divide what's left by 0.005. The 0.005, so half of that will be the number of pairs I'm trading, and then the money left over will be what is assigned to DCA if I wanted to use it. Okay? So now keep in mind, DCA can suck up a budget fast. Like you could I mean, my settings, I've typically been trading at hold on, let me go back here. My settings, I typically trade like 0.08 at a time, and I was running like 50 pairs. So, obviously in sell only mode, you're not going to see any of that. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing, and you make a lot more money per trade, but it's also a lot easier to get caught up in bags because I'm doing like high volume. Now, one other tip that I'll give you guys is originally I used to run Profit Trailer on my laptop. Then I tried running it on my mining rig. Running it on my laptop would get so hot that I just said, okay, that can't be good. And then I put it on my mining rig because it's cooled to hell. I mean, it's a 6 GPU mining rig, and it kept pretty cool. And so that was fine, but it also kind of bogged down. It slowed down my internet. So between my mining and the bot running at the same time, it slowed down my internet. We don't have fiber where I live yet, which is a real pain. I set up a VPS, and my number of trades just flew. Like I mean, I'll have 100, 150, even sometimes 200 in a single day. This is 172. That's just been since I reset everything because I downloaded the newest version of Profit Trailer and installed that like yesterday, or either yesterday or late the previous night. So, and the price of Bitcoin's been, excuse me, all over the place. It's already up 10%. Such a pain in the butt. I was really hoping that the futures market was going to help change things a bit. Okay, I think I covered pretty much everything, but that's in a nutshell how you're going to set up Profit Trailer using just about any budget. And you're going to say, well, how do I know when I want to use DCA settings? Well, you're going to know that based off of your budget, and like I just said, dividing. Do you want to? Because if you don't use DCA, you'll likely sit on losing pairs for like longer. So you want to use DCA, and it's okay when you are using the bot and you get DCA. And I don't care how deep they go. Some of these are really bad, like Bitcoin Gold 51. Look, Bitcoin Gold's going to pump someday. It's going to pump at some point, and I'm going to make a nice profit off of it. I can even sell this right now at the negative 51%, and it's not going to hurt me too much. But I don't like selling, especially when I'm using other people's money as well as mine. I don't like selling at a loss. We'll wait it out. It's not the end of the world. This PKB, on the other hand, well, this was negative like 60 something percent at one point. So it's been going up. It's true trailing. I mean, the bot's watching it. Look, I mean, these are not losses. I remember when I first saw Profit Trailer on Bitcoin Talk Forum, and I thought, and I saw this page, and I thought, well, what's this scam artist doing? Like, what because I went to the demo bot and I saw all this negative, and then he had like a bunch of positives in his sales log. I'm clicking this window and I'm not okay. Hold on, let me go into it. So if I go into my sales log, it's like, oh, okay, the sales log looks really good, but what's happening with all those losses? And I thought those were actual losses. No, they're not losses because they haven't been sold. That's just the current value of the coin after the purchase of it, which is fine. Here's some 9%, 3%. I mean, this thing really does average out very well. I mean, this averages some significant profit. Let's just say that. So anyway, look, guys, I mean, if you're watching this video because you've been looking into a bot and you want something, look, I've used Leonardo, I've used Gunbot. I actually used Gunbot, built up a bunch of bags, brought them over to Profit Trailer, and Profit Trailer got rid of them all in a day. So, I mean, and I'm not saying Gunbot is a bad bot. People have been making money with Gunbot for a long time. But Profit Trailer is something. You're watching this video, learning how to configure Profit Trailer, likely because you either already bought it or you want to buy it, because just by looking at this, you can tell it's significantly easier to use than Gunbot. And the thing is, the developers of Profit Trailer, I think it's just one guy, LBRY, super cool dude. He's not nickel and diming everybody for any little feature. Like, I've got this running on my Telegram, so people, there is a bug with it. I'm trying to figure it out because people are adding it to Telegram, but they're not seeing the trade. So I got to fix that. But you know, I'm pretty sure with Gunbot you can do the same thing, but you have to buy an additional add-on. Like, everything you do, it's such a money grab. The cost of Gunbot, especially now that Profit Trailer's out, is insulting. I mean, to know that you can get a bot like Profit Trailer so cheap, I'm like pissed because I bought Gunbot like 3 days before I found Profit Trailer, and I'm like honestly really pissed, and I don't care. Like, you know, it is what it is. I'm not saying Gunbot's not bad. I just feel like you need to be a freaking engineer to really learn how to use it properly, because it's just not intuitive on like any level. It's just not. And I know I bought the latest version with the the GUI user interface and all that, and it's still not. I mean, it is what it is. I am absolutely in love with Profit Trailer, and I'm in love with the community. And so hopefully this video helps you. It's kind of long, 37 minutes. Typically I try to keep my videos around 20 minutes. But I'm hoping that this covers everything you need to know and makes you a lot of money. I want to make you a lot of money. I want all my crypto crows to be like, you know what? I just made like $50,000 last year because the crypto crow taught me how to do all kinds of awesome stuff. That's honestly the goal. All right. I will sign off now and let the questions in the comments begin. And everybody, hey, hit that subscribe button. Help me get over 1,000 people. I haven't checked in since last night. I could be close. I was at like 850 maybe, I think, last night. Because I really want to start doing some live broadcasts. I'm actually thinking about building out a studio in my basement with green screen and the whole nine. I have a lot of equipment. I just haven't set it up. I figure, you know, if people are going to really be taking to my channel, and it seems like everybody's really digging the videos I'm putting out, I might start taking this a little more seriously. And I'd like to maybe start doing some interviews and things like that. So if you support what I'm doing, smash the likes and subscribe and link and all that fun stuff. And help me help you by growing this community. Thank you, Crypto Crows, and I'll be back soon with another edition of something. I'll figure it out and get there. Thanks.